Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo, released in 1958, is a psychological thriller about Scotty, a former detective with acrophobia or the fear of heights, who is strategically hired by Gavin Esther to witness the murder of his wife disguised as the suicide of Madeline Esther. Today I'll be exploring the theme of deception shown through Hitchcock's use of camera angles, composition, and color. In order to provide a thorough analysis, we must also use the social context of the 1950s USA, specifically the status of gender, as Hitchcock is known for his portrayal of the ideal woman as a sexual object of desire, who also falls into this femme fatale stereotype, the one who's mysterious, seductive, and tend to use their sexuality to lure their lovers into traps. The scene I'll be analyzing is when Scotty has just left the mental hospital after witnessing the suicide of Madeline. He sees Madeline's car and approaches the new owner to ask where she'd gotten it. In the film, framing plays a large role. When the characters move from left to right or the camera pans from left to right, it suggests truth. It is a natural order and it's the way we read. It's a very common technique in film. It makes sense and it's comfortable. Right to left creates a sense of uneasiness and suggests that something is off. In this film, right to left represents deception. In the start of the scene, we see an extreme long shot pan across San Francisco, which tells the audience that Scotty is finally ready to move on and live in truth. Juxtaposingly, in the subsequent establishing shot of the parking lot, the camera pans from right to left, indicating that Scotty is still chasing his desire, or still chasing this deceiving Madeline. Here, Scotty subverts the masculine stereotypes of the 1950s as he is consumed with mental illness and obsession, unable to see beyond the cloud of deception, and helplessly fallen for a femme fatale. Next, we see a low-angle medium shot of Scotty observing something outside of the open frame, which is a frame which only has context or understanding based around the preceding or subsequent shots. It is also a deep frame, meaning that all grounds are in focus. However, depth is still created through overlapping objects, as Scotty's in the foreground, the lamp in the middle ground, and the buildings in the background, which suggests that there is significance in composition of all grounds. This is an unbalanced shot, meaning the weight of the frame is distributed unevenly. Like the right to left pan, it creates a sense of uneasiness due to the downwards angle, which puts most of the weight of the frame on the left. This reflects the unhealthy obsession that Scotty has with his object of desire, Madeline. Moreover, the buildings act as leading lines to the right side where Scotty stands, indicating which direction he should be moving, though then he moves from right to left, indicating that he's still chasing deception, lies, and his object of desire. Next, we see a shot of Scotty moving towards a parking lot, towards the left side. As he gets farther away, the camera pans towards the left, as if attempting to bring him back into the right, though he strategically remains on the left, the side succumbing to deception. This also reflects how Madeline conforms to a femme fatale stereotype of being mysterious and seductive, as he's desperately trying to remain on the left, physically chasing her seduction and his desire. We also see an overwhelming use of green here, which consistently symbolizes deception throughout the film. This also connects to the social context of American gender roles in the 1950s, as a man is being deceived by a woman. Women were expected to be submissive homemakers, not intelligent enough to deceive a man. Yet Hitchcock simultaneously turns her into an object desire, which isn't so feminist of him, as it degrades her down to his sexual power. On the right side of the frame, we see a one-way sign, where Hitchcock is making a blatant attempt to show that Scotty can only go one way, to chase his burning desire. Furthermore, this could subconsciously suggest that men only have one way to go, being to chase their desire for the ideal woman, as Scotty is the protagonist doing so. And again, this ideal woman is quite consistent and sexualized, as women are objectified and portrayed from the perspective of the male gaze in Hitchcock's films, from Hitchcock's perspective. But in the next shot, he gets no information from the woman. He can't chase a lead that does not exist. This moment in the film poses the question, will Scotty finally give up obsessively searching for his desire? It is clear that Madeline is Scotty's object of desire. Women are displayed as these objects of desire commonly in the 1950s. However, Hitchcock still manages to defy these gender stereotypes by depicting Scotty as weak due to his mental illness, and Madeline is more powerful as she is able to intellectually deceive him, though granted it could also be argued it's by using her sexuality. Hitchcock uses camera angles, composition, and colors to intentionally portray this theme of deception, and also unintentionally he portrays the social context of gender roles in the 1950s in the US.